Good morning, dear devotees and friends. So, this will be the first session of the 2 hours retreat. And let us begin with offering our pranam to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarva dharma sarupine avatar varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. As most of the people, they know the meaning of it. I'm not translating. Now, straight going to the topic that we started yesterday evening, and that is Khandana Bhava Bandhana. And this Khandana means break. And what to break? Bhava Bandhana. What is that bhava? That is the world, and bondage is the bondage of the world. Now the question is, it's not a statement, it's a prayer. And to whom we are praying? These are the questions we will be answering. To whom we are praying now? What is this world? And when we talk about the world, how it has been created, how it binds a person, how to break this bondage. These are the second ABC. Third, how to break this bondage, how to break this bondage, what happens after being freed from the bondage. So there are 4 questions. And the second question, I made it 3 different subsections. The second question is, what is this world? That's the first A. B, how it has been created. C, how it binds a person. But the very first question, to whom we are praying. If it is a prayer, to whom we are praying. So in that, we'll go back to the second line of the, the stotra, Niranjana Nara Rupadhara Nirguna Gunamaya. Niranjana means stainless. And what is this stainless? What is this Niranjana? It is free from all desires. So sometimes we think the stain means something water stain or something like that. This is the stain of the world. And what is this world? We'll come to the next discussion. The world, and we are stained when there is a desire. But the first question, to whom we are praying, it is a one who is completely free from all desires. And when you talk about the free from desire, it seems it's nothing. But in fact, it is so difficult to go beyond the desire, one after another, waves after waves. Desires will be coming up. They say, as a Jajati, there's a story. In every religion, the first is the ritual. Then, after the ritual, they will go, you bow down, you do this, you do that. All those rituals are there. Along with the rituals, morality comes. You should not hurt others, you should not cheat others, you should be good to morality. And after the morality, mythology. When the mythology, these are the stories to elaborate the morality, the teaching that has been already given in the morality. So that they will elaborate with the mythology, the stories. And after the mythology, it goes, we understand it very clearly. Oh, this is this. And there are people who can truly practice it. So there is a story in the mythology called Jayati. He was a great king, but he had a lot of desires. And when he became very old, almost 100 years, even then his desires were continuing. And he thought how to get the youth back so that I can complete my desires. Then one of the demigods told, okay, you have 4 sons. Go and ask them. If they give you their youth, and take your old age in exchange, it is possible. The story goes in that way. He went first son, second, third. The fourth one to look here. You have given me the life. And if you like to take my life, it's okay, no problem for me. So he shared his youth with his father and took the old age from him. Very happy, he blessed. Well, since you have given me your youth, I bless you that you will live the eternity. Like that. Then he went on enjoying once again with the full vigor. Again, he became old. Then the knowledge that dawned in him, yajati, he said, noyatu kamo kamanam upabhogena shamyati. In Sanskrit, it says, you can never quench the thirst of desire by enjoying the thirst. No, enjoying the desire. It is impossible. The quenching of the thirst is impossible. The more you enjoy, the more it increases, as if you are pouring the clarified butter, ghee into the fire. You cannot douse the fire with that. It will go on increasing. So that is the way he realized. That is a famous teaching in Vedanta. So what you should do, so desireless means is God. One who is completely desire-free is God. The Niranjana, that is the epithet, that is about the God, how to indicate God. Who is God? One who is not having any desire. Niranjana. Then Nara, Rupa, Dhara. Nara means the human, Rupa, the form. One who has taken the human form. Why? We all know, we always discuss the once we are having the human form means we have a desire. Human birth or any birth, by that way, because of the desire. The God has taken the human form. Does it mean that he is also having a desire? It says no. Nara Rupa Dhara, because of his love for his own creation, particularly love for the human being. He created the human out of his own image. This mentioned as a statement in the Christian Bible that God made human out of his own image. The image means that he looks like us? No, the qualities. What is the specialty in the human being? They can think, they can judge, they can discriminate, and they can analyze, they can decide. It's very rare in other species. It's very much in the human being. So God gave all those qualities to human being. Why? To see that whether they can come back to the source or not. So that is the love that shows that's why he took the human form. And why he had to take the human form? In the Hindus, they say the total creation, the whole creation is millions and millions of years. But the whole creation is divided into 4 parts. Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. And every yuga means is a huge, long stress. Now the present Kali Yuga. The Satya Yuga, there is no avatar. There is no God's incarnation. Why? As because all people were very good, kind type of people. They are very holy type of people. They were not having any desires. The only thing that they wanted is to go and meditate and discover the happiness, the peace. That was the whole Satya Yuga. Then came the Treta Yuga. The mixture of the Raja was more. There was good people, the great rishis, great thinkers, but at the same time there were the egoistic people, powerful people were also there, like the Ravana, like the Bali and all those. These are the characters, these are those who know the Ramayana, Mahabharata, they understand. So these are the characters who are also there. So God had to come in the form of Sri Ramachandra. Why? To punish them and to teach the people, though they are powerful physically and intellectually, but their attitude, their thinking is completely different. They like to create problem for the human being. They have tremendous power, knowledge, but they utilize that only to torture others. That is the reason that God comes and punishes them. Though they are having the power, they are not utilizing that power for the benefit of others, only for the selfish motive. The selfishness is making you the devil, and God will punish you. Then the Ramachandra came. That much he did. Then next came much more. The problem was much more. So the Bhagavan Krishna, a majority of the kings, because of their power and the military power and the money power, and many of them, they were torturing people. One of the king was there. He arrested nearly 80 other kings, small kings of kingdoms. So he arrested them. He wanted another 20. So when the 100 will be there, he will be slaughtered them. And he was thinking, 100 kings' power will come in me. There's a peculiar thinking. But he was very powerful, very courageous, and very cruel type of person. So he was punished by the God. So why God comes? For the love of the humanity. Why he is taking the form? Nara Rupa Dhara. Because of the love for humanity. Otherwise, the humanity will suffer. They cannot solve their own problem. They cannot stop them. The tyrants. So the God is coming to fight. Nara Rupa Dhara. Then comes another Nirguna Gunamaya. Nirguna, as yesterday in the introduction, we were discussing what are the three gunas? Sattva, Raja, and Tama. These are the gunas. Gunas means qualities and sometimes epithets. What are the qualities? Sattva, Raja, and Tama. What is Sattva? All good qualities. What is Tama? All bad qualities. Raja, mixed, in between good and bad. So it is a mixture. But in Raja, there is ego. In Sattva, ego free. In Tama, it is pure ego and there is no good at all. But Raja is mixed. Majority of us are mixture. So we are on the threshold of the door. So if we go to one step inside, we go into the realm of God. That is called Sattva Guna. We go outside, we go to the world. And that is Tama Guna. The choice is ours. So that we are standing. That is human being. So they are having these two qualities. Sometimes some people are so cruel. Suddenly you'll find in the newspaper a person, a serial killer. Why he is killing, he doesn't know. But 26 people he has already killed. And he is keeping the count also. And then somehow the police will go and arrest him and all the stories will come. And movie people will jump on that to make a serial movie. And we will all go to spend the money to see that serial. So like this it goes on. So this is the way, why suddenly he was killing so many people? Ask him, he also doesn't know. He will give my childhood there, it was all bad, so I was frustrated, so I wanted, they will give this type of things. Suddenly someone, he will, as if he is going to the war, he will be having so many guns and these and that. He will enter into the children's school and spray the bullets and killing some innocent small kids. Why their brain is working like that? When you look at a kid, you feel like loving them. They're so innocent. But how can a person kill them? So that is called devil. So why devil is think? Because they do not think properly. They think in a completely different way. So in the modern terminology, they will say you have to take them to the psychiatrics, and what psychiatric will do? Because they are all tamagunis. The sattva, raja, and tama. Friends, majority of us is rajaguni. So we have good, we have bad. Now it is our decision to increase the good qualities and decrease, or at least to decrease, if it is not possible to completely abolish the bad qualities. The moment you can completely abolish the bad qualities, you become God yourself. You become God yourself. And if you cannot, at least some good people, great personalities, and we call Mahapurusha. In Sanskrit, they say Mahapurusha. That means the great personality, they have the love and all that. So Nirguna, Gunamaya, the God is not having the quality. Because if you have that quality, then you come under the circle of limitation, infinite and finite. If you don't have the qualities, you are infinite. The moment you accept the qualities, you are finite. And moment you are finite, you are going to die. Buddha also died, Jesus also died, Sri Ramakrishna also passed away. So all these great personalities, they passed away, but still they are living. How? We remember them. After 2,500 years, we are remembering Lord Buddha. After 2,000 years, we are remembering Lord Jesus. That is the life they lived. And why we remember them? Because they loved us and showed us the path. So Nirguna, Gunamaya. The person himself is not having any qualities, free from quality, is all-pervading consciousness, but just to help the human being whom he has created. He takes the human form and becomes, we call it Avatara, a son of God, messenger of God, all these names we give. But they are actually that divine quality, divine personality that comes to us in human form. Why you need human form? So we can believe them. Now, if you look at the lives of these great personalities, Lord Buddha, he was born as a prince. He was a son of a king. But in those days, it was necessary. Why? Because the Kshatriyas, the kings, the military clan, they were very egoistic. So the Lord took birth in that clan as a Kshatriya clan. In Hinduism, there's a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. The four means according to the capacity. So he was Kshatriya and the military clan. So they were like that. But from there, he became the Brahmana. He left that kingdom. He never wanted to become a king and rule. Rather, he wanted to meditate, and his whole life was a prayer and blessings. That is Lord Buddha. So he took that. But the Sri Ramachandra and Sri Krishna, they were also in the same military clan. Why? Because it was essential. But Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is a Brahmana. Why? Because Brahmin became corrupted. The Brahmin, they are supposed to lead the humankind, but they became corrupted, they became selfish, they became narrow-minded. So it was necessary for the God to show that it is possible. So we can understand if you go through this, this pattern is there. The supreme reality is taking birth as a human being. It has a pattern. And it's coming into that and then slowly manifesting, helping. But how it is? Of course, Sri Rama was a prince. Krishna, though he was a prince, but he was born in a prison and all those things. And supernatural power he was showing. But look at the Jesus. He was a very, very ordinary person. He was born in a dungeon, and then from there, his father was a very ordinary person. He was not having that way education or social status, but still whole society followed him. Why? Because of the tremendous power that he showed. Look at Sri Ramakrishna. It is the modern time, 1836. That means the 19th century, And there, Sri Ramakrishna, he was born in a very poor Brahmin family. He was not having anything. In those days, only 8 rupee salary he was having as a priest of the Kali temple. And Kali temple is the main temple. And main priest, his salary was 8. Think of the others. They were having 4, 2, like that. The 8 rupee. But the greatest personality on those days is to come and bow down to him. Like the Keshav Chandra Sen. Keshav was very rich. Keshav was a jamindar, as a landlord himself. He was very educated. He was accepted in that society. Even the Queen Victoria invited Keshav to dine with her. Can you imagine that personality in those days? The contemporary, that Sri Ramakrishna Keshav, where was Sri Ramakrishna, where was Keshav? But even when the first meeting, Keshav came and touched the feet of the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. He started visiting him, started listening to him. How it is possible? Because to prove the power of God. Why I am mentioning all this? Because to prove the power of God can surpass anything. Anything. So that Nirguna, he took the form of gunas. He accepted the gunas only to help us. And just because of love. But it's not his karma. We take birth because of our karma, because of our actions. So in different time, different way, we thought we should have this and that. So we are in this birth. But for them, it is only love. So to whom we are going to pray? Niranjana, the one who is not having any desire, hence he is stainless. And what is that desire? Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna termed in 2 small little words, Kama and Kanchana. Kama means desire, the last, and Kanchana, the wealth or money. If you have desire, to fulfill that desire, you need money. The one gentleman was telling his car was in an accident, it broke, but insurance is not giving the money, so he was thinking. So he was thinking, if I had money, so I could purchase a good car like the Mercedes-Benz and all that. Now, he has a dream to purchase a Mercedes-Benz, but the Mercedes-Benz means 60,000 or something like that. So you need a lot of money for that. So desire, to satisfy the desire, money. So Kama, Kanchana. Kanchana means literally gold. But actually it is money or the wealth. And Kama, desire. The Kama Kanchana, lust and gold as they translate it, that is completely free from Sri Ramakrishna. Once one person came, he was a businessman, he wanted to give 10,000 rupees in those days. You can imagine. And it was, say, 1847 or something like that. At that time, 10,000 means a huge amount. And he wanted to give it to him. Sri Ramakrishna became so angry, he came to donate. Sri Ramakrishna became very angry. Why you are tempting me? I don't need any money. Why you are bringing that money to me? He almost chased him out from there. Go out from here. So that was the don't tempt me. I don't need any money. So that is called completely free from it. I don't need anything. I have a room. I have some food. I am getting the clothings. I am satisfied. That is called Niranjana. As the homeless people are the Niranjana? No. Because homeless people, they have desires. They are now in a great difficulty. They have lost the job, or they are not having anyone to support. So that is, the person who is on the street, a beggar, is not a Niranjana. He had a lot of desires. The only poor people means they are, no, not like that. Niranjana means no desire at all. So that completely desire phrase, only one person can become, that is God. Now, when we look at the so-called holy people, how we should know that they are holy? But they all claim they're holy. And it is all inside. No, you can't go and test them. So maybe someday a machine will come, they will put, are you holy or unholy? Okay. Immediately, oh, no, he's telling lies. There's a lie detectors like that. The machines have come. So sometimes they may develop a machine and then the holy people will be in trouble. So, so, so like that, how you will know that they're holy? One who is not having any worldly desires. He has a desire to help others. That is a purity. It's not a desire. So that completely different. I like to start a school to teach the young children, not for business, but to give them education. It is a wonderful desire. It's a holy desire. But at the back of that, there is no profit-making motive. Holy desire. This is not a desire. I like to realize God is also a desire, but is not considered as a desire that binds. So what are the desires that binds? Then I like to become rich so that I can rule over other people. And that is called desire. So Niranjanam, and that Niranjana, Nara Rupadhara, taken the human form, Niriguna, he is not having any qualities. He doesn't bother about that. He is the master of that. But still he is Gunamay. He is kind. He is, as they always say, the God is kind, God is this, God is that. There will be all the time going all the good qualities on God, because otherwise how it can be God? In the Christian, they always teach to pray. When the children, they will go to bed, they will sit down and say, oh God, I am thankful that you have given me daily bread. And on the bread, there was very good, what's called, butter was there, and that is good. But it's not necessary. But it is good to teach them so that they will know there is someone who is giving us the food. It is not me, but it is not my father, it's someone else. So the faith to develop. But it is not necessary in that way. Afterwards, when they grow up, if they continue that, that will be childish. It's not necessary. What we should understand? We understand in this world, whatever we do, we get because of our karma. So that karma should be, and then someone is there who is all the time monitoring. And that is the supreme God. That God comes in the form. So when we are praying Khandana Bhava Bandhana, to whom we are praying? To God. And in this case, he has taken the human form as Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Right this moment in our front, there's a Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna for us. For others, in some other forms, in other names, in other places, but it is God. Now again, to conclude this particular discussion, how we will know God? He has no desire. No desire at all. He's completely free from desire. He pretends to have the quality, and that is Sattva, Raja, and Tama, but mainly Sattva. And what is that Sattva? Love. We, being Hindu, we accept Jesus an avatar. Why? Not all Hindus, Ramakrishna Mission. We all accept Jesus as an avatar. Why? Because this quality is present. We accept Buddha as an avatar, as a God. Why? Because this quality is present. We accept Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as an avatar. Why? This quality is present. So anyone who is having this quality in his life, we accept him as an avatar. But for us, we follow the path of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. You may follow Jesus, you may follow Chaitanya, no problem. But one should know whom I am following. Is he having any worldly desires? If not, now it is good. So I am going to pray to him who is not having any worldly desires. Rather, he has taken the human form to help us. Though he is free from qualities, but still he is showing as if he is quality for me. Otherwise, I won't be able to understand him. So when we see he is compassionate, we love. When we find that he is attentive to me, taking care of me, we love. So that is the reason he is taking the quality. That this is the first question, Khandana Bhava Bandhana. This is a prayer. And the first question was, to whom we are going to pray? To God. And since the God is all-pervading consciousness, it's difficult to concentrate on that. So we take Avatara as God, and Avatara are surely God. Why? Because he has taken the human form, that God has taken the human form. So up to this, it is okay. Khandana Bhava Bandhana. We are, to whom we are praying? To the Avatara, who is the messenger of God, who is the son of God, or who is God himself. This is. Second question, second A, part A. What is this world? Now you are all educated people, learned people. Can you explain what is this world? First bench. So, what is this world? When it, the Vedantic, the way, the Maya, karma, and play. You know that our ancient teachers, this is the Hinduism, they analyzed the whole world. See, the millions and millions of different things are there, millions, uncounted. They have a list that this many birds that there, this many animals that there. Still there are so many, still others. And then when you are going to count the stars, stars and planets, millions. We can only know this much. And millions are still there. We couldn't reach to that. So what is this word? In two words only they are mentioning, Nama and Rupa. So what is this word? Nama. It has a name and it has a form. And if it is not having the form and not having the name, we don't count it as the world. The world means Nama, Rupa, Jagat. Jagat means it is a thing that is constantly moving, constantly changing. The Nama, Rupa, Jagat. When you talk about the change, usually we think, oh, I didn't see any change in the sun. Millions of, 2,500 years ago, Buddha saw the same sun. Also, Christ saw the same sun. And maybe before, so many people, they saw the same sun. The sun is not changing, sun is changing. But change, that is the scientists, they are telling slowly a time will come, there will be no sun for us. And then what will happen to us? We don't bother about that. There's a long time still there. So that is the way the things are changing. Everything changes. The Nama and Rupa. There is a name and there is a form. The moment there is a form, it is changing. So what is Jagat? That which is changing. But we take that as permanent. That is the problem. If you understand the Jagat is changing, the relationship is changing, a time when the mother is to carry the child, and after 50 years, that child, the grown-up young man, carrying the old mother. Now, situation changes, position changes, but it is change. So this is the way everything changes. So that Nama and Rupa is the word. So what is the problem? Problem is when we take that change as permanent and we put whole mind and soul into that, and we not only suffer, but also create problem for others also. Now, pages of the history, if you look at the history, always I quote the history because history is a wonderful teacher. There was a great young man, courageous, and he thought that he went to the east to conquer all the whole countries after countries, the great warrior. And from Macedonia, he went up to the border of India, conquering one after another, Iran, all those places. And then afterwards, the poor soul couldn't come back to his own country. And we say, oh, the great leader. Is he? I would say that he's a fool because he couldn't enjoy his life. Only thing that his contribution is cutting the head of others. So he was a great butcher and cutting every day morning. He's getting up and then after some push-up, he will sit on the horse and will all his followers, they will go and attack people and killing them. And then oh, we have one after what he has done. What is his contribution? Nothing to the society, human society, and including himself. When the poor soul was coming back, he couldn't reach back to his own country. He died on the Alexander the Great. What greatness is there? I don't know. Maybe the historians can say, what greatness is there? So we don't learn from that. Then another fellow, he thought, we will kill all these people around us because they are our enemy, and we will only rule. 6 million Jews were killed. But now look at the world. The Jews are everywhere. They were more powerful than that time. Could you do, after killing 6 million, there is a Holocaust, a terrible thing that he did. And he himself died like a rat somewhere under the bunker. So we don't learn from, again, somebody will think, oh, I am going to conquer, I am going to do this. So what the history is teaching again and again in every pages, that it is all temporary, very temporary. No one will, the people, they remember this type of people with hatreds. But they remember Jesus, they remember Buddha, they remember Chaitanya, they remember Shankaracharya with great respect, the great love. Why? Because they taught us the truth. What is that truth? This world is temporary. This world, when you are leaving, don't get attached to it. As if you have come to visit this place as a traveler. When I go to travel somewhere, I visit that as a traveler. I stay in the hotel. I appreciate the room. I appreciate the services. I appreciate the food. But I am not attached to that. After 3 days, oh, thank you, then next day somewhere else. I enjoy. But if you get attached to that place, you will find so many defects. And they're all people that are working with you, they will be against you, and all this trouble will come. So try to live in the world as a traveler, constant traveler. So that is the way, if we can, then that is, we can say. So what is this world, Nama Rupa? How it has been created? This is the second question, second B. How it has been created? Science is giving one example. They try to, so what the science they do, they try to analyze everything with 5 things. The Chakshu, Karna, Nashika, Jiva, and Tak. These are the 5 things there. Now they have increased the activity of the eyesight much more by inventing some of the instruments. Now previously we could see from here to that much. Now there are instruments I can see far, far. And previously we could hear only this distance. Now there are machines I can hear, a long distance talk I can hear. So like that, they have increased. But what they have done, only 5 things, not more than 5. They can see, they can hear, they can smell, they can touch, and they can taste. These are the only 5 organs with which they are explaining everything. So when sometimes the people will be discussing about science and religion, I don't understand that. The science is having only these 5 things, and whatever they're explaining, only external thing. They cannot go inside. The psychologists, the psychiatric, when they are discussing, they only analyze some of the things. Oh, he is thinking or she is thinking in this way, acting in this way, this must be this. So like that only they are thinking. But that too, only analyzing in a completely different way. What about Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna? When a young boy came into his room, hardly 17, 18 years, he immediately stood up and told, you are the Sri Krishna, the Vishnu, and you are the great Lord. You have come here. And the boy himself was thinking, oh my God, where I have come? Is it stark mad? He is praising me in such a way, but I am the son of so and so. I live in here. But then he said, I saw within you all these qualities. How he could do that? That is called Rishi Drishti. That is the spiritual way of discovering, understanding. And they go so deep and they really come out with all the truth. So how it was created, the science told Big Bang theory, still it is there. And then other theories are there. But the spirituality, if you go to the Christianity and the Hinduism and the Buddhism, same way they say, the God thought, someone thought that we should have this, and they had that. Just by thinking, and the nice way they put, there is no light. And the God said, let there be light, and there was light. Just by thinking, it can do. Now, how it is possible just by thinking they can do? Unless and until we develop that type of power, we won't be able to analyze that or able to understand that. But we see that it is truly happening. It truly happens. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said one day, the picture that and you can imagine, in the 19th century beginning, when they took the picture, the camera, the very peculiar shot of camera, we have not seen those cameras. But only in the museum, if you go, then the cameraman used to go inside, there was a cover, then he'll be doing like this and take out the cover, and there'll be a flash, like that. And now the cameras, we cannot imagine. But that picture was taken, and then the person who took the picture, he forgot. Not only that, it was a glass thing on which the picture used to come, and that also fell and broke. You see on the top, there is that was actually a broken thing, the glass that broke. But Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna went, in the beginning he told, why you are doing this? But afterwards, he went on insisting that it should come back. I like to see that. A few copies were made, etc., etc. Seeing that, he said, one day this picture is going to be worshipped in all households. And now wherever you go, this picture is there, wherever. In the Middle East, there are so many Indians and everyone is having this Ramakrishna picture. Their groups they're sitting together. They're small, but still. South Africa, so everywhere, this picture. Soviet Russia, it is there. Including in China. And everywhere, all these pictures are reaching out. So this is, see, that man, completely uneducated, and really poor person and having no society status, when he announced that this is going to happen, it really happened. How it is? He said to the young boy that you are going to shake the whole world, and he shook the world truly. How it happens? When they say that it was the world was created, and you can sit on chair. My mom is. When the God created the world, just he thought and it was created. So how the world was created? Just by thought. Who thought it? Now here, in the Hindus, they will say two different views. One, they say there's a image of God, form of God, and they are known as Dvaitin. The Dvaita means duality. The God is there, I am here. For them, it is God, and the God is called Vishnu, and he wanted to create the world, and he created. He first created the Brahma, and Brahma got the knowledge from the Vishnu. The knowledge is called Veda. Veda is knowledge. So 4 Vedas, the Brahma is having as if 4 head, actually total knowledge he got, and then he created that. And from the point of view of what's called the non-dualistic, what they will say? They'll say God was as if thought, I am alone, let me be many. Ekaham bahushyamavihi. Just thought in that way, let me be many. And immediately, as if from him, another personality came. He, that Brahman, another personality came, the Brahman with quality. So why I'm mentioning this? Because in Hinduism, it got mixed up. The Bhagavan and the Brahman, they always say like that. But Brahman, the one type of people, those who are believing there is no duality, it is only non-duality, their goal is Brahman. They give the name of the ultimate goal is Brahman. Those duality, their ultimate goal is Ishvara or the God. This difference. Those who are having the God as their goal, they say Lord Vishnu created. Those who are having the Brahman as their goal, they say the Brahman himself became another Brahman with qualities. So Nirguna Brahma, Swaguna Brahma. And Swaguna Brahma, they gave the name Hiranyagarbha, and from the Hiranyagarbha ultimately came Virata and Create. But these are the terminologies only. At this moment, you need not to bother about that. How this world was created? Just by the wish of something which we call God or Brahman, all-pervading consciousness. Second question, if that is the intellectual cause of creation, what is the material cause? This is a very tricky question in the philosophy. So what is the material cause? The material cause must be separate from the person who is making. Carpenter cannot be the wood. So carpenter and the wood, these are the two things are necessary. Carpenter is the intellectual cause, wood is the material cause. We can understand that. How the world was made. You know, the long back in the Rig Veda, the most ancient scripture, these questions are there. But what material he created this world? With what material? That is the main thing. Here they say is a God himself. The material was God himself. The intellectual cause and the material cause was God himself. Then if the God has created this thing out of his own, so obviously we are also the part of God. Suppose someone has created sweets from the sugar. The sugar and that round-shaped sweet or square-shaped sweets are all sugar only. Out of that sugar they have made. So it may be looking differently, names may be different, but it is the same sweet. Similarly, we are also gods. That is the creation. Another question, and we will stop over here. That is the creation is a complete final or it is apparent? Over these, the philosophy, they're separating. There are so many schools are there. Main two schools. One school will say it is not the real creation, actual creation, separated from the God. It cannot be. Because if that is so, in that case, there is no chance of going back to the root. And if we cannot go back to the root, we can never get eternal happiness. What is the ultimate goal of human life? Happiness. Not to become a doctor or an engineer or administrator or a king. It is the happiness. If the unhappy king, then what is the use of becoming a king? The king has so much of food, so much everything, but constantly king is crying. What is that type of king? The unhappiness is of no use. Happiness is the ultimate goal. The how to become happy, so we will discuss it ultimately. The where from the quality to become happiness came. Why we don't like to die. And why we are always curious to know. So this we will understand, and maybe in the next discussion. It was created by God. I'm using the term God because we can understand it clearly. We understand that created by God out of God's own thing. There was no second thing. The moment we think about the something other, then obviously it is, we'll say that there are two entities. It cannot be. So Hinduism very clearly mentioned it is the God who has created this universe out of his own. The material cause and the intellectual cause of this creation are the same person. So let us stop over here, and 11:30 again we will meet.